Hi, welcome to the Jura Horde that you see up in the title, way up at top. I'm Jason Jura, and my sister Dawn Jura is on the iPad.
Hello.
I'm going to walk you through, we're going to walk through briefly, just a quick explanation. We're building shelves. This whole basement was hoarded as of a couple days ago. It's been this when my dad died about a year ago. He's been collecting bottles for about 45, 50 years, ever since he was 20 years old. A lot of this stuff was here when we were young kids, 10, 12. But the last 20-some years, this basement was hoarded about up to here. From floor to ceiling, completely hoarded with bottles, antiques, everything else. We've now just cleaned out the hoard, some of it in the basement, and I'm building shelves. So we're starting to put stuff on shelves. You can see some copper fire extinguishers. I'm not sure if these are aluminum, whatever. There's some bomb casings over here. And if we go this way, we just see some, briefly some shelves. We already got that. We see some crock pots over here. There's some crock pots. I think these are Clorox, white wine. We got a bunch of White House vinegar, some porcelain bed pans. There's some whiskey bottles down here. Over here, again, we built shelves. This little hallway over here. Over here, we built some shelves. We've got some tins. Stop right there. We got some tins. We got milk bottles here. On this level, we start doing some medicine. On this level, we start doing some whiskey and alcohol. We got Masons on the bottom. It follows through. We keep going over here. We've got a couple of the lanterns up high. We got a couple of lanterns from the railroad. The ones upstairs have glass in it. Again, we got milk bottles. There'll be more medicine here. Pop bottles, canning jars, stuff like that. Over here, same thing. We're going to keep going with milk bottles and everything. Over here, we've got a lot of the zinc lids. This is about 5% of the zinc lids. There's tons of them. There's Mason, there's wax, all kinds of zinc lids and stuff like that. Over here, we've got, up high, we've got silver cups. There's a ton of them through here. Again, we just made the shelves. We're just starting to put things away. We don't really know what everything is. We're just putting it on shelves. This is small medicine, small medicine. Down below, we keep finding these copper fire extinguishers, aluminum, these are all glass. You got the copper, right? Mm-hmm. We got the copper, and I think it's aluminum, the bigger glass. Then over here, my sister's going to hold. We're going to look at some of the Mason jars. This one right here, that says 1858. It's got the little emblem there. She's unscrewing it to show you the porcelain, which if you know what zinc is, you know that there's porcelain inside. So she's going to grab some more. This one here, it's a Whitney Mason patent, 1858. Grab the one without the lid, no lid. This one here just says Mason on it. Nothing on the bottom. There's some here that have a different type of lid. There's different 1858s here. They go all through.
This one's a nice one.
Yep, I got that one.
Okay.
And again, there's bottles. We're starting to fill up everywhere. Got that. Okay. At the bottom here, we start putting insulators. They're kind of all underneath. I'm going to start going to the left. There's insulators. I'd say there's probably 12,000 insulators throughout the buildings. We do have 2 hoarded houses and 5 outbuildings that are completely hoarded. And we're trying to get through them all. But again, all we're doing is pretty much taking them out of the piles and putting them on the shelves. There's some blob tops right there. Some older stuff. I think these are all medicine. Again, you can see the nicer milk bottles. A lot of writing on them. There's a green one, Sun Valley Dairy. A lot of Isleys. A lot of Ohio. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Kentucky. We found some Washington, D.C. the other day. A lot of Lordstown, Ohio, Mansfield, Medina, a lot of Isleys. Like this one here is a Yutz's dairy. There's a lot of Warren, Ohio, Newton Falls, a lot of Cream Tops.
Lutz dairy?
Yutz.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yutz dairy. That's what I was just talking about. Over here, I just built, as you can see, these shelves were just building. My son's going through the hoard. He's doing exactly what we do every single day. We start taking this hoard that is just hoarded all through the basement, about 7-8 feet high, very deep. Take the bottles out, and I start building shelves and start putting the milk bottles up. Again, some more Isleys. Great Western Juice. Haven't seen that one. There's a nice amber, the Blue Boy Sparkle. More Ohio, Modern Dairy. Excuse me for a second. More Cream Top. We have some War bottles. This one here, just keep it still. It is Plan Meals to Avoid Waste. Planning menus avoids waste. There's a War Relief back there, help relieve the bottle shortage. Wartime. Lots of good pyro in there. Nice lettered. And again, as we went through there, just yesterday, this was about 6 feet high. And we're just taking it down, taking the hoard away, and you can see what we're dealing with. The whole basement is like this. Here's well, it's covered up now. This was, that's okay. This is a big explosive projectile box from the military. There's more stuff like that in here. But this is all about 6 to 8 feet high through the whole basement. And from top to bottom, we're finding from comic books to coins to tools to antique furniture to records, mainly bottles. Different stuff as we go. Some stuff that we just couldn't believe was here. We're going to take a walk outside to the shed. A lot of books. Out in the shed in the yard, and actually as we go up the stairs, you can see underneath the stairs, he hoarded all the way up under the stairs. There's a pile in a different view, a couple of them. We should be done in about a week or so with getting the basement clean. Then we're going to start going out in the yard. You can see here in the porch, it's hoarded. Got it. All the way from here, you can see the backyard. It's kind of hoarded back there. You're good. We're not walking out that way. Come over this way. Out here, there's a big yard back there full of bottles, antiques, stuff he just hoarded, bottles everywhere else. We'll go to the front. Tons of old windows. I don't know why he did windows.
Windows and bottles at both houses.
Yep, both houses are full. There's a bunch of Bob Hope records, Mickey Mouse stuff. Again, more records. Oil, he has lots of old oil cans. There's some new stuff. There's a new kerosene heater. There's a couple of those.
Garage
again,
is filled with antique furniture.
Again, just piles and piles of antique stuff between furniture, magazines. Here's kind of the front yard. Take a real quick look. There's tons of stuff up there. Tons of stuff out here. As we dig the piles, just more and more bottles. Tons of huge rocks. Huge rocks. Stuff all through the yard. We'll go this way towards the garage. Hopefully we can see a little bit in there. It's kind of dark.
A lot of the antique furniture you can't see yet.
Yep, tons of bottles you can kind of see, kind of not see. Too bad on that. There's a lot of nice bottles in there. It's, I don't know, 25 foot deep. Bottles and magazines all through there.
Old radios.
There's old radios. There's more of the yard. Throughout the yard, there's as you keep going through the yard, there's a tarp over there. Underneath the tarp and the wood, you'll uncover tons of bottles. A lot of these drawers are full of bottles. Here's a porch full of bottles, full of antiques. And a lot of times he just hides it. He puts the bad stuff on top, and then the good stuff he puts in crates and hides milk, masons, insulator, stuff like that. Here is my sister walking ahead of us. More milk bottles, canning jars, pulling a lot of those 1858s. We don't know much about what the different ones are, so we're just kind of learning. Again, we're just taking pictures of them. We're pulling them out of these piles, and as
these ones out here are the larger mason jars too.
As we pull them out, whether it's a milk, whether it's a mason, whatever it is, we're pretty much just pulling them out, posting them on eBay, waiting for a truck to drive by.
A lot of cobalt blue.
Posting them on eBay, and then you guys can decide what they are. We're not going to put a title on everything because we don't know what it is. A lot of stuff back there. Whiskey. More stuff over here. A lot of these whiskey bottles. I don't know which ones are good, which ones are bad. We're kind of making this video so you can kind of see the hoard. So as you buy something, if you do buy an insulator like that, if it's a Whittle or if it's a Hemingway, you can decide what the number is. We'll try to write it down. Blob tops, different beers and whiskey. A lot of ammunition boxes full of a lot of White House vinegars. We got more canning jars and insulators on this side. These are being pulled out of the shed that we're about to show you.
A lot of cobalt medicine bottles.
A lot of cobalt bottles. Some originals, some repops. Another wheelbarrow full of insulators. More stuff over here. You can kind of see the backyard. As you can tell, it's a hoarded house. We have a couple thousand pieces of slate over there. I'll take a real quick look at the slate. Slate is in good condition. It's neither here nor there. Some of it's good, some of it's chipped. I'd say the majority of it is in very good condition. We're gonna either sell it at sections or sell it all off. Some masons over there.
Random marble pieces.
At this spot, you can see a lot of masons. A lot of different colors. There's all the way over there, there's a bunch. Behind the shed, there's canoes and bottles. Yep, I'll get it. Masons over here. We got my sister walking awkwardly into the yard. Washboards.
Some glass.
Some glass, some wood. A lot of big crocks. These crocks are pretty heavy. They weigh about 100 pounds a piece, some of the bigger ones. We've got bottles over here. Tons of bottles. Remember, this is the first house. The other house has just as many. And there's 5 outbuildings. Here's an outbuilding here that we're about to look into. This outbuilding had a lot of these bottles in it. Ice cream maker. More bottles. Over here we have another. This crock pot I took out the other day. It weighs probably close to 200 pounds at least. It's in great condition. More bottles here. So I hope this video helps you guys see kind of what's here. We're going to be trying to get this stuff on eBay. If somebody wants to come out and buy a bunch of bottles, again, this is from Newton Falls, Ohio. Some people have made some interest about coming out to look at some things. I have hopefully one guy that'll be coming out here soon. He'll kind of have the first option to look at some stuff since he asked first. Anybody else that wants to start coming out can come out and start looking around.
Our zip code is all 4s.
All 4s. Newton Falls, Ohio. A lot of the stuff you see in the yard just came out of here. And then I'll stand right here. You can kind of see from floor to ceiling almost. There's just tons. Those big crates there. That big crate has bottles. The one underneath it is full of bottles. I'll try to back up a little bit. That crate you can see right here, that's all mason jars. A lot of 1858s in there. Tons of zinc lids. Over here, it's just crates and crates of bottles. There's some junk. There's a rug. We don't know what there's milk bottles there. A lot of stuff. We don't know what everything is, but we're gonna go ahead and take a picture of it.
What would you call those?
They're just old milk jugs, metal ones. So we'll finish up the video here. Again, the reason for the video was so you can kind of look around. What we're doing on eBay is we're pretty much just taking this stuff out. I mean, you see the piles, you see some of the stuff that we're looking at. It's pretty much just right from the dirt, right from the piles, and we'll put it right on eBay. We're not going to clean it. We're not going to do anything else with it. Some of the bottles we may clean, but the majority of them, you get the spiders, you get the mud, you get the cobwebs. If it's a pop bottle, if it's a mason jar, we're going to take it right out. We're going to take pictures of it, and we're going to put it on eBay. So you need to look at the pictures closely to see what it is, to look at the numbers, see if there's a chip. If we have to clean all this stuff, it's going to take another couple years. If we have to describe everything, it's going to take another couple years. This is one of 2 houses, and this is one of 5 outbuildings. So, and then plus the yards. So we can't describe it all, and we can't wash it all. So that's up to you to see exactly what it is if you're the collector, and we'll let you have the joy of uncovering it by cleaning it. So again, my name's Jason, my sister Dawn, and hopefully you'll win the bid. And if you have any questions, please ask us in the message area, or if you have any comments, tell us what it is so that we can help with some of our information. We appreciate it. God bless. Enjoy your bidding.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.